Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 27th. You have the Clover and the Sun in the Lenormand. I'm using the Gilded Lenormand for the first row. This is a very good combination in the Tarot, or in the Lenormand, sorry. It can represent a lot of luck and happiness coming in for you. It also kind of represents like a lack of responsibility, but in a good way. It doesn't mean that you aren't being responsible or something like that, but it can kind of just represent a lack of responsibility in the sense that you could be feeling like a weight being lifted off of your shoulders, as in, you're eliminating responsibilities that no longer belong to you, or you're getting rid of things that are kind of like in your way. So in a lot of ways, this is a very positive combination to get. And again, it can kind of say that your responsibilities are lightening up, or that you are releasing certain responsibilities that you no longer need, and the energy is getting lighter and you're feeling more free. So again, very positive combination, and a great combination for happiness as well. You have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles in your first row. The Six of Cups can also represent happiness, of course. The Six of Cups is your inner child. The Six of Cups kind of represents protecting your inner child. These children are inside these castle walls, and they're also being guarded by a guard over here. So it kind of represents protecting your happiness. And again, with your first combination, which is very positive, I would definitely do whatever you can to protect your happiness, or to make sure that you're maintaining your happy state. Or if you're feeling more happy, I would make sure to protect it. So I definitely get that energy here. Speaking of combinations, Six of Cups and the Judgment card to me can represent having some sort of a breakthrough, or kind of like breaking out of something just in general. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is like a turnaround, and the Judgment card is rising up into your purpose, right? So, and leaving your old life behind. So for a lot of you, this could be like a breakthrough as well. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups can represent being spoiled for choice, or having a lot of options. And again, I feel pretty good about the Seven of Cups in your reading. It's like I feel like you're being more flexible. It's like it's almost as if, well, I'll just show you here, Taurus, that your middle row is saying that you're being more flexible and you're looking at more options, which is, again, probably going to set you free. We have very flexible cards here. Even the Two of Pentacles can be, a card of juggling or spinning plates and having a lot going on. But that's not necessarily a bad thing with the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles just represents balance. And as long as you're balancing the energies, I always say work hard, play hard on the Two of Pentacles, then you'll be fine. You also have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very spontaneous, and he's willing to do things in, whatever way he needs to be successful on whatever journey he is on. And so I feel, again, this very much more flexible energy coming off of this reading, which is definitely good. You have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like saying, like, finally recognized for your work. And, especially for those of you that have been working on something specific for a long time, we go up to the Eight of Pentacles through the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is kind of like slow, diligent work. He is just working on mastering his craft on the Eight of Pentacles, but he's been doing it for a long time, and he is almost done. He only has one more pentacle to go. So again, I think that a lot of you could finally be like getting recognition for work that you've been doing for a long time, or you could finally be standing out for the work that you do. With the Six of Cups, you have the Moon card here. The Moon is not being able to see the future. Really, I feel this is just astrology, because, we have a lot of things going on right now that I feel are preventing people from, kind of like knowing exactly where they're going in life. It's a very common collective energy, I would say. The Moon says we have to see something through to the end. We can't give up. The Moon, nowhere on the Moon does it say stop. The Moon has this path, which is part of the Fool's journey, and it goes to these mountains. And the whole point of the Moon is that, the Fool has to get to those mountains. Even those two pillars right there on the Moon, they are a warning to the Fool from getting distracted. They basically tell the Fool you're very close to completing your journey, but, don't get distracted by something else, right? So if you are working on something, keep going. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success or quick conclusion. Again, I feel very good about the Seven of Cups. I kind of go both ways on the Seven of Cups. I don't think it's ever really a bad card. It can be, depending on what's around it. But, for the most part, it, just represents being spoiled for choice. The Eight of Wands would represent quick movement or quick success. So there definitely could be some sort of success coming in for you here. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords, really good. King of Swords usually in a situation like this, because Three of Pentacles represents like teamwork or working together with other people to get recognition. You know, the Three of Pentacles is also a card of quality work. If you are working with other people or another person on like a project, a business, an idea, there could be a lot of success there. You know, King of Swords is like a mentor and a person that you can like look up to or who can guide you. And it's also a card of turning knowledge into wisdom, which, you know, again, if you've been working on something for a long time, usually when we've been working on something for a long time, we do turn knowledge into wisdom. So I feel like you are. You have this explosive situations card. It says the destruction will allow new growth to emerge and shape the future. You have this card. It says the time is now. It is time to act now without hesitation and move past the old and move forward. Judgment. Judgment says that we have to move past the past. And so I definitely feel the time is now. Again, these people on the Judgment card are being called up out of these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. So they are being called into a new life, or they are being called up into something new. So, you know, that time is now card definitely makes sense with this card, because again, these people are still standing in the coffins on this card that they need to leave. So if you're thinking about, you know, moving on to anything new or, you know, finishing something off even, then I would definitely recommend it with this card. I don't feel like you're leaving anything, but I feel like you are. It's like, you know, again, the moon says you have to see something through to the end, right? So it's like, it's not like you're leaving anything behind, but sometimes I think we can be working on something, and for us to complete it or get to the next level, you know, there might be some leveling up that we have to do. So, you know, I feel like that's what the Judgment card is saying. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is juggling, spinning plates, having a lot going on. Definitely, I feel like you're busy at this time, or if you're not busy, you will be probably very soon. But I feel good about the Two of Pentacles in this reading. It's like, yeah, you're busy, but at the same time, I feel you are balancing the energies. This is a card of work hard, play hard, so make sure you are balancing the energies. The other thing that is popping into my head is sometimes I feel the Two of Pentacles can come up when we are going to have a settlement. And, you know, there are just some cards in the tarot that I call clue cards. And the clue cards for me are cards where it's like not their traditional meaning, but sometimes I feel the card kind of is saying something else. If that makes sense, probably not. But sometimes I feel with the Two of Pentacles, it can represent a settlement. And this could be legal, but we don't really see that here in the reading. I feel this is more like the universe is settling with you. And we see that because we go up to the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Cups here. You know, this is kind of like the payoff for all your hard work. So you definitely could be getting some rewards for, you know, not giving up or seeing something through to the end with the Moon card, and it definitely looks really good. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about taking the lead and getting out into the world. You know, it's a good card. It can represent progress, foresight, you know, seeing into the future. But he has the whole world in his hands, so he needs to realize that he is much more capable of accomplishing a lot more than he realizes. So the, you know, Two Wands can say that you really have a great opportunity to accomplish quite a bit moving forward. With the Judgment card, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is, you have twice here, and Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So again, if you have been working hard on something, this definitely could represent financial improvement, since we have it twice here coming in for you in the near future. You know, again, the Eight of Pentacles is kind of like slow, diligent work. So if you have been putting in the work, you know, putting in the hours, burning the midnight oil, trying to, you know, get something to work in your life, this really looks like a lot of progress as well. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, a lot of clarity at this time. You know, we're getting past all the retrogrades almost, and, you know, we still have Mars retrograde. We're going to have Venus going retrograde. At the end of Venus retrograde, Mercury will go retrograde again. So, you know, it's like it's not perfect, but, you know, I definitely feel there is a lot more clarity coming in for you, and you're seeing your path through your journey more clearly. With the Two of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups can represent needing to accept an offer that's coming in for you. You know, he has been disappointed 3 times before, and he's getting this new offer right here, this cup that's sticking out of the clouds. And he needs to accept that. He needs to realize that these 3 cups have taught him lessons. He has learned a lot from the past experiences that he has had, and now he needs to accept new experiences into his life. So, you know, this card basically says if there's anything new coming in for you that you failed at before, because these 3 cups were disappointments. They could be failures. You need to realize that you have learned the lessons you need to learn right here with those 3 cups. And, any new opportunities that are coming in for you won't necessarily be a disappointment if you apply what you learned in that situation in the first place. So, I would make sure to do it. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Treasure Island card and this Chop Wood card. The Treasure Island card is very good. It's as above, so below in this deck. It is a card of manifesting like a dream. The Chop Wood card just says get to work. And you have the 8 of Pentacles, which is get to work. So, he's not really chopping wood, but we could say that on the 8 of Pentacles here that he is kind of chopping wood, right? He's getting to work. So I feel it's time for you to get to work on a dream or something that you're trying to manifest in your life. Again, he only has 1 more pentacle to complete, and then he will be done with what he's been working on. I think that with the 8 of Pentacles, it's always very helpful to gain perspective on the work that you've already done, and especially with the 4 cups. Again, the guy in the 4 cups, he needs to realize everything that he's learned. With the 8 of Pentacles, he's just head down, nose to the grindstone. He's just working, right? He's not looking at everything that he's accomplished so far. And so I think this is very helpful if you're trying to accomplish something new or bigger than you've ever accomplished before, which I tell everyone they should be doing that right now. We have Neptune and Pisces. Neptune is going to move into Aries this year, then it's going to retrograde back into Pisces, like somewhere around June. And so we have like a little bit more time where if there was ever a time where we should be working on something impossible, it's right now. Because Neptune says, is the big impossible dream. And we have Saturn in Pisces, which is like, sure, if you do the work, you will get the result. But we don't have to be perfect right now. We just have to take the first few steps. So you don't even have to do anything crazy to accomplish something impossible. You just have to get started. And so I think the 8 of Pentacles, the Chop Wood card, this is all saying it's time to get started. But where I was going with that is when you put things into perspective and you look at everything you've accomplished so far in your life, it makes whatever you're about to do seem much more possible. I tell people all the time that you should be kind of like doing things where you're looking at all the accomplishments you have and all the difficult things you've overcome, because again, when you go to do something new, it becomes immediately easier because you can say to yourself, look at all these other hard things that I've accomplished. This new thing that I'm working on is going to be much easier. So I would do it. You have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is fulfillment or wish fulfillment. I do feel like there could be some sort of fulfillment or wish fulfillment coming in for you with the 9 of Cups. I also get something about like happiness here or joy. Again, the 9 of Cups could lead to happiness, but we don't really consider it a card of happiness necessarily. But I do get something about that here with the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a card of manifestation as well, which you have that whatever this card says, Treasure Island card, which is as above, so below. You have the 8 of Cups. A lot of people are just, walking away from things that no longer serve them. So I think really what we're seeing is that people are becoming more focused, and the focus is leading us to walk away from things that steal from our focus. And again, these don't even have to be bad things either. It's like, sometimes we just have like certain habits, or, maybe we're working on an extra project that we don't need to be working on that's distracting from like the main project. And, I feel like the 8 of Cups is saying that you are now starting to focus more on what's important, and you're getting rid of the kind of the fluff, right? With the 8 of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is curiosity. I would if I were a Taurus, I would definitely be listening to my curiosity, just based off of several things that are going on for you, Taurus. Like, I think that, you could be, this could even be like inspiration. Like, you get inspired to, upgrade your project that you're working on, or maybe you get inspired to change your business or your career, or to make an upgrade. The Page of Swords can be very like subtle, it can just be curiosity, which, what does that mean? Nothing. So you could just become interested in a new idea. And the Page of Swords really explores things that he's curious about. So I would just explore new ideas. With the 9 of Cups, you have the Death card. Yep, definitely a big change and a transformation, going this way as well, because we have the Judgment card and Death. So both cards, kind of represent a transformation. Judgment is kind of like a phoenix rising moment as well. So a lot of you could be having that energy where maybe you feel like you were burned down in the past, and now you're kind of like rising up from the ashes. And, that's the vibe the reading gives me. With the Eight of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Yeah, really, a lot of people have been getting these messages of really, really trusting your intuition. And I'm not talking about like just trusting your intuition. I'm talking about really doing it. So if you have any gut instincts about people, places, or things that are entering into your life, you need to really, really be trusting those first gut instincts. I think that is the thing that is going to guide you the most or the best, is like really trusting your gut instincts. I don't know how else to say it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this eye card. It says envy and protection on it. You have this groom card. It says husband and marriage on it. Not really a love reading, I would say. The marriage card could just say you're committing to something new or you're committing to new ideas. The envy and protection card, I feel, is just saying you're protected because it's coming up in the good stuff. You have the Hangman, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Cups. The Hangman is about having been in Hangman mode, but he has gained enlightenment, so he's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. He has been looking for answers, and now that his head is glowing, he has gained answers. Usually when we get the Hangman, we have made some sort of sacrifice, because he has sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs. So the card itself says that maybe you have sacrificed something in your life in the past, and now you are kind of gaining enlightenment because of the sacrifice, and I definitely feel that with the Hangman. Next, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about going on an adventure, being spontaneous. Definitely would encourage that here. It's a little bit of a withdrawn energy. We only in the reading. All the cards are blue except for the Nine of Cups, right? So sometimes I think these blue readings are a little bit more withdrawn, or they could say that you're focusing on yourself more, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? Maybe it's just a good time for you to focus on yourself. But with the Knight of Wands, I would definitely say, if you are feeling isolated, get out of the house. Go do things. That would be very beneficial. You have the Four Cups in the good stuff, which is good because we already have the Four Cups here in this bottom row. And so the Four Cups in the good stuff could say that, again, you are actually getting something that you want out of life, or you are going to be accepting some sort of offer in your life when, maybe this is like a type of offer that has failed for you in the past. With the Hangman, you have the Six of Wands. Definitely victory. Again, there is a little bit of something about attention here because we have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is getting attention. Now, I am also getting here, like, if you have any mentors or, if you are, like, in school or something, you could be getting attention, from, an important person that is, like, a mentor as well. But the Six of Wands is a victory or success or a big win coming in for you. With the Knight of Wands, you have the World. I do feel this came up in your February reading or something like that, where the reading was saying like you could be traveling or moving in the future. You could also be thinking about wanting to be more adventurous, like maybe you just need to get out of the house, right? Sometimes we get to that point where, we just need to leave. We just have to get out. So I kind of get that energy here. The World is also like a big accomplishment, so there definitely could be an accomplishment for you. With the Four of Cups, you have the Magician. The Magician is about manifesting something into your life. So the Magician can say that you're manifesting a new beginning. I feel like you are getting something that you have asked for. Again, the Four of Cups has been, the guy on the Four of Cups, he's been hoping for some, like an offer, opportunity, could be love, to enter into his life. But he's been disappointed with what he's gotten so far. So the Magician can represent manifesting it. Now, if the Magician shows up at the end, I always pull the card he's pointing to, and this card says, "Make your mark, stick to a decision, and don't allow any outside forces to sway you." Moon card. The Moon card says you have to see something through to the end. So whatever your decision is, I feel this is saying stick to the decision to find the most success, right? You have this devotion card. This card is, a card of devotion, a person being devoted to you. We don't really see love here, and as a matter of fact, you have the King and Queen of Swords, which I am not a big fan of the King and Queen of Swords coming up together in readings. They're two people who are trying to logic something together. Love is not logical, period, right? Two people living together and getting along forever does not make sense, right? And so I think we need to be more realistic about love in the first place, but not that that's a bad thing, right? But, again, I think we need to be more realistic about it. But these two definitely aren't realistic. They also don't see eye to eye. Now, does that mean that this is a negative connection coming in for you? No. It just means, like, right now, there could be someone who would be devoted for you coming in for you, but the two of you, maybe you just don't see each other yet, or, maybe you've never talked to this person yet. You have this intuition card. Yes, I feel like your intuition is on fire with that high priestess. I really feel you need to trust that first gut instinct on everything. Like I kind of feel you are in a time where that first like immediate feeling about anything you're doing or working on or people that you meet, that is going to be the correct answer. So I really feel that Taurus needs to trust that first feeling. You have this control card. This card, it kind of reminds me of the world card. It is Jupiter and Capricorn, this card, and the world is Capricorn. So, always reminds me of the world card. Definitely could be some accomplishments coming in for you. You could be feeling on top of the world as well with this, Taurus. You have this originality card. Every single person, that I've read for over the past, several years has been getting these cards of originality. Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius wants us all to be original. So I would be doing anything you can to be original. And finally, you have this caution card. I would be careful of people for sure with this reading. This card always kind of reminds me of like being swamped by people. You see all these animals that are kind of like coming at this lady. So I feel like what you need to be careful of is your time and attention, and making sure that you're not giving up too much of your time and attention to things that don't matter. Like, don't create burdens for yourself by, inviting too many people into your life or too many people's burdens. If anything, I think it would be a better time for you to just focus on yourself, right? And get things done. But this is a very good reading here, Taurus. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.